Hey everybody, welcome to our final video episode for our series titled Relax, It's Christmas. I'm glad to wrap up this one today. It's been a good study this week. Unfortunately, health-wise, it hadn't been that good of a week, but hey, bringing these videos to you anyway. So let's finish this up. I want to recap real quick though. Recap. Our acronym for this week was REST. R-E-S-T. REST. The R stood for remember His goodness. Remember God's goodness. The E, express your neediness. Are you expressing your neediness to God? And the S is seek His stillness. Seek His stillness. Now today we're going to move into the T, and I hope you're ready for this one because it's kind of a good one. I think it is. I think you're going to get a lot out of it. But before I do, I want to ask you a question. Do you trust me? Do you trust blank? You know, we ask ourselves this question every day, and we don't even realize it. A lot of it's subconsciously that we ask ourselves, do I trust this or do I trust that? I want to give you a scenario. It's the holiday season, so we're going to use a Christmas tree, right? You get your Christmas tree out. You got to say you use a real one or a fake one, doesn't matter. What we're going to focus on is the stand. The stand at the base of the Christmas tree. Most of them have 4 legs. They make an X pattern, right? Keep it good and balanced no matter which direction it goes. You get your stand out to put your tree on it, and one of the legs is broken off. Now it only has 3 legs. So you tell yourself, hey, I can arrange these legs, I can turn them around so that it makes a Y, right? And it's equally balanced. It'll stand. The tree stands perfectly straight, doesn't wobble, and we're good. We're good. Don't have to go buy a new stand, right? But do you trust that stand? Has it proven to be as stable as the 4-point stand? It hasn't. So all through the season, you're constantly worried about that 3-point stand and if it's going to hold that tree up, if somebody bumps the tree, if the dog hits the tree, if the cat decides to climb the tree, whatever it may be. The kids start messing with the presents under the tree, whatever. You're constantly thinking about that stand, and you don't trust the stand to be that stable. Now that's just an example of a stand, but can we apply that to our spiritual lives and our belief in Christ? Do we trust God as much as we trust that stand? See where I'm going with this? The T in REST stands for trust His faithfulness. Trust God's faithfulness. You know, in John chapter 14:27, Jesus Christ is talking to His apostles, and He says this. He says, I am leaving you with a gift, peace of mind and heart. And the peace I give is a gift the world cannot. So don't be troubled or afraid. Jesus Christ says He's going to give you peace of mind and heart. The world can't give you these things. So nothing of this world is going to give you peace of mind and peace of heart. Stop and think about that for 1 second. How many times are we chasing things? If I just get this, I'll be good. If I just get this promotion, easy sailing. If I could just sell this house, ooh, that one hits home, easy sailing. The things of this world cannot give you peace of mind. Only God can. First of John chapter 14, Jesus says this. He says, don't let your hearts be troubled. Okay? Now in verse 27, He says, don't be troubled or afraid. Now in verse 1 of chapter 14, He says, don't let your hearts be troubled. Trust in God and trust also in me, Jesus Christ. Do you trust in God? Do you put your trust in Him? When He says He's going to do something, when He tells you, we're going to do this, excuse me, do you trust Him? You know, I can think of a lot of scriptures a lot of scriptures where God promised he would do something. Abraham, many descendants, right? David was going to be king. He was a shepherd, right? Moses, Noah, New Testament, the apostles. He prophesied his own death, told him he was going to leave. Paul told him he was going to go to Rome. That was Paul's dream, was to preach in Rome. He ended up going to Rome, not by his own, not the way he thought he was going to go. But all these examples, God's promise did not come how the person thought it was going to come. It did not come in the time frame that they thought it was going to come, or that they wanted it to come. It came in God's time. Do you trust God? When he tells you he's going to do something, do you trust him in his time? And do you remain faithful with your trust in him? Ask yourself. Now, I'm going to sum this series up with a quote from the devotional because it was too good. It wrapped it all up. So, the acronym was this. I want to repeat the acronym. The acronym was this: R.E.S.T. Remember his goodness, express your neediness, seek his stillness, and trust his faithfulness. And they wrapped it up like this. What if, instead of rushing headlong into our busy days, we started each morning with the simple practice of resting? Let us, as the psalmist does, instruct our souls to find rest in him alone, to remember his works and goodness, to express our desperate need for him, to still our minds and hearts in his presence, and to declare our confidence in his trustworthiness. That concludes our series titled Relax, It's Christmas. And I pray over each and every one of you watching this that you'll have a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays with your family and with your loved ones. Y'all be blessed, and we'll talk to you next week.